Hello, today I am here to review The Door of No Return by Kwame Alexander. This book is incredible. Happy Black History Month also, by the way. I want to read a little bit of it just to give you a taste of how it is. It's a really intense book. I picked it up at the library. Oh no, there's Fidel. Okay, sorry. For my May, Barbara Elaine Johnson Alexander, who told the best stories. So also, we'll learn later, Mema is how you say mom in Twi, which is the Ghanaian language in Ghana. My children glided on the great river over the depths of death. Then, one day, silence. This whole book is stunning. The way that it is set. The Ashanti Kingdom. Look at this map. It's so gorgeous. So most of the book is set in Kumasi, which is the Ashanti capital. So if we look here, in the kingdom that still exists today. And when I first saw this book, I thought it might be I thought it might be more like sci-fi because this does look like a fantasy map. Hi, Fidel. But it's not. There's also, there's some heavy topics here. Also, the important, the Offin River is where our main character, this wonderful 11-year-old boy, that's his favorite place to swim and hang out. Okay, so a note from the author. Try not to cry while reading this because it's a really intense story. Okay, so this is historical fiction. It is a novel inspired by history, based on the real lives of the Ashanti people, who are native to a region of West Africa now known as Ghana. It was a hard story to write, but it was one that needed to be told. I wrote it for the me nobody knows, for the you who is still becoming, for the possibility that is in us. The great poet, philosopher, and abolitionist Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Be an opener of doors." I've tried to be that here. Now, you must walk through, with your eyes unshut, with your heart unlocked, and your mind as free as the mighty sea. Akwabe. So Akwaba is Twi for welcome. So welcome to my home, welcome to my country. I wish I had also known this at the beginning of the book. There is a Twi glossary at the end that mentions a lot of the words used in the book and explains them. So Twi is one of the two languages. The other is Fante of the Akan, a large ethnic group inhabiting southern Ghana. The Asante people are part of the Akan, and they speak Twi. And the amazing thing about this book is Kwame Alexander uses a lot of the words like throughout the book in a really beautiful way that has us, the reader, also using them, and just the importance of language to culture. Like, I really like this word, chale. It's a popular term of endearment used when addressing a friend. Like, what's up, bro? Or girl, don't be late. Chale. Just, I love languages. And this book really also talks about how English is another form of colonization. I'll just read a little start of the book to get you a feel for it. So, the Asante Kingdom, September 1860. Woo! So you know something's going to go down, just historically. So the story of Offin, chapter 1. Also, I didn't know this until the end of the book also, but each of the chapter beginnings starts with a symbol that also has symbolic meaning in West Africa and culture. So there was even a time, many seasons ago, when our people were the sole supplier of the purest and most valuable gold in the world. The river was bedded with enough gold to make a century of royal stools for the Asante kings, 1,000 shiny bracelets for their wives. Then came the foreigners, invaders disguised as friends, pretending to be students of our way with only one lesson to learn, how to steal our fortunes. But we fought them off, protected our rich land, our river, the Offin River. It flows to the east into the mighty Pra, which travels over 150 miles down to the coast, where it drains into the vast blue unknown that we call the Big Sea. On the rolling sides of Offin are deep forests and farmlands and villages, and a boy of the same name. You see, on the morning of your birth, 11 years ago, your mame squatted at the edge of the water, and the Offin carried her 5th child on its shoulders at first breath. It is true, I was there, that you stopped crying as you floated off like a ship inching off towards the horizon. The river often grabbed you with an invisible cord wrapped around you each moment of your day, held you like a mother cradles a baby, pulled you like the moon does the earth. Ever since, you and the water have been bound. River and sun, wave and flutter, that is how you got your name, my grandson. So beautiful. So the whole book starts with a chapter, introduction, and then it's all beautiful prose poetry. This book covers some really intense topics, or just one main intense topic, but the way that Kwame wraps your mind around it is in such a beautiful, stunning way. Like, you will cry. It is intense. Slavery is not pretty, but he goes at it from a purely African Ashanti perspective, preserving language, preserving culture, just absolutely stunning, and manages beautifully to frame it as a colonial problem, as a white person problem, whereas the book just fills with strength, resilience, stories, language, culture, just the continuance of history and stories. Okay, so I'll just read a little bit more, and then you need to get this book. Okay, The Storyteller. There was even a time, is how my papa's father, Nanamosi, the village storyteller, begins most of his fireside tales, always starting in the middle of a thought, like we were to know what even came before, always speaking in slow, deliberate sentences, no, spurts, about the past like it lives in him, like it still matters, always repeating some things and pausing at other times with a toothy smile that raises one eyebrow, right before the thing he knows we cannot wait to hear. Though he is nearly 80 now and seldom speaks, when he does, I hang on to all his words, the lulls in between, and I remember the stories like a pigeon remembers its way home. In the dream, I sprint across the clearing past a leopard teaching her cubs how to count to 10. After I grade them, I dart between the maze of forest trees and discover a pot of boiling plantains by the river. Picture me running over rocks and grass, swept up in the cool breeze, rushing to the water, diving off the back of a... Schooled. Often. How old was beloved Queen Victoria when she became the heir to the throne? Mr. Goodluck Philip, our teacher, asks, startling me out of my dream. Ooh, I'm going to end there. Read this book. It is incredible. It is gorgeous. I rarely buy books, and I was like, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It took him 3 years to write. He went back and forth from Ghana, studied the language, the culture, the history, the Asante history that continues. It was one of the kingdoms that fought off the British and colonialization just relentlessly. Just intense, beautiful. Please get it. All right. Bye. Let me know what you think.